Good afternoon. Welcome to your 11th lecture of analog microelectronic circuits. So we will continue to work on some more DC numericals problems based on MOSFET. So we'll start with one question. Design the circuit. Circuit is given in the question. Design the circuit to obtain an ID value of 80 microamps. Uh, More specifically, find the required value of R, required value of resistance R, and the DC voltage at drain of the MOSFET, that is VD. So some information is given about MOSFET. The VT of MOSFET is 0.6. The process transconductance parameter mu n Cox is 200 microamps per volt square. W by L is given as 5 and lambda is given as 0. And the circuit is so this is a circuit connected to a 3-volt supply. This is R and this is the voltage VD. Right. So this is a question. So the 3-volt which is connected here, you can see the 3-volt which is connected to this point. You can assume the same thing. This is connected to the positive of the battery and the negative of the battery is actually connected to ground. That is what you should understand when you look at this circuit diagram. Right. So since you have solved that assignment and you're a little more comfortable with the DC operation of MOSFET, I'll go a slightly higher pace today. So I want answers in the chat box for the questions what I'm asking. The first question is, in which region of operation will be the transistor? All right, saturation. Yeah, some are saying that this saturation. Yes. Yeah, all can put your answers in the chat box. If you say it is saturation, yes. If you solve this numerical, I can say that MOSFET is in saturation. The reason is you can see that the drain terminal, this is the drain terminal and this is the gate terminal. This drain and gate are shorted together. So if you look at the condition, yeah, one more thing you can see MOSFET will be definitely on. Why MOSFET will be on? The threshold is 0.6 and this is connected to 3-volt supply. That means there will be some current here and that current will establish a VGS voltage here. This is VGS and I am assuming that that VGS will be definitely more than VT and the MOSFET will be on. Now if MOSFET is on, to find whether what is the region of saturation, I know that the condition VDS should be greater than or equal to VGS minus VT should be satisfied. Now what is VGS here? VGS is this potential from here to here. What is VDS? VDS is also same because the drain and gate are shorted together. So in this case, drain and gate of MOSFET are shorted together. Right, drain and gate are shorted. So this is a this is something you can remember. Whenever your drain and gate are shorted together, whenever your drain and gate are shorted together, we can say that the MOSFET will be in saturation, provided there should be sufficient VGS, right? So it will be in saturation. Why it is in saturation? This condition will be always, one second. Just a minute. Yeah, so since drain and gate are shorted together, I'll present soon. I'm just taking the highlighter pen. So when your drain and gate are shorted together, MOSFET will be always in saturation, right? So why it is in saturation? Your since drain and gate are same, your drain potential will be definitely greater than gate minus threshold. That will be always true. I hope you can see the screen now. Yes. Now, since drain and gate are shorted together, this is in saturation. Now, if it is in saturation, I can write the remaining things. I can write ID. ID is half mu n Cox W by L into VGS minus VT whole square. Now, why am I writing drain current equation? I need to find the resistance value R. That is a objective of this, right? I need to arrive at the resistance value R. So if I want to find the resistance value R, I know the current, but I should know what is my drain voltage. But now drain voltage is same as gate voltage. That is nothing but VGS voltage, right? So from my drain current equation, I can write from the MOSFET's drain current equation, I can find what is VGS. Can I get answer for VGS if you solve this? So ID is 80 microamps. 80 is equal to mu and Cox is 200. W by L is 5. So it is 1000. 1000 by 2, it is 500 here. 500 micro into VGS minus VT the whole square. So that will give you VGS minus VT value. What is VGS minus VT? Yeah, your VGS is 1 or VGS minus VT is actually 0.4. That will give you VGS as 1 volt. Now, if VGS is 1, so this voltage is 1, this is 1. That means this node is 1. Now, VD is 1 volt and supply is 3. Now, R can be obtained as R is equal to 3 minus 1 divided by 80 microamps because current is flowing in this direction. This is 80 microamps current. Right. So 3 minus 1 by 80 microamps is 25 kilo ohms. Right. I think this is a simple one. If you have doubts, please ask. Otherwise, I'll just move to the next question. All right. So still you can ask doubt. Yeah. So write this question. While writing, if you are trying to understand the previous question, you can post your doubts. This question is determine the voltages at all the nodes and currents through all branches of the given circuit. The constants are given that Vt is equal to 1 volt. Yeah, so mu n Cox W by L is equal to 1 milliamps per volt square. So in some textbooks, some places you can see that they will denote this as Kn. Probably in your first year electronics, you would have marked or you would have studied drain current equation using this notation Kn. But now here we will write it as mu and Cox W by L again and again just to get familiarized with the expression. So this is Kn, and if it is only mu and Cox, sometimes we will call it as Kn dash also. So if it is only mu and Cox, it will be Kn dash. For that reason, we will always write the drain current equation as Kn dash W by L VGS minus VT the whole square. Probably you would have seen all these things before, right? But we will make very clear that mu and Cox W by L, or by looking at the units, you can, yeah, but since W by L is an aspect ratio, you will not understand. But Kn is nothing but mu and Cox W by L. And one more thing is given, which is the lambda information. So lambda is given as 0. Right. Now, the circuit diagram is this. So this is your circuit diagram where you have a MOSFET connected to 4 resistors in a voltage divider fashion. I hope, I do not know whether you have heard about voltage divider biasing before. Can I get a response in chat box? Are you familiar when I say it is a voltage divider biasing? All right, yes, okay. So this is 10 mega, this is again 10 mega, this is 6 kilo, and this is also 6 kilo, right? Okay, this familiar, yeah, okay. So this is a common biasing. Now just to explain what is biasing, so you will have devices, you will have many electronic devices. Now to make sure that electronic devices operates in a particular region, so in the previous examples I have taken a MOSFET and I was directly connecting, I was marking here as 3, I was marking here as 2, like this, right? So we cannot use multiple supply voltages when you actually implement a circuit. So when you are actually implementing a circuit, you will have a supply line, and from supply line you have to derive all the voltages what you really need. That right. So that means in order to bias a MOSFET, you cannot take one supply as VGS, and you cannot use another supply as VDS. We will pictorially we will show like this, and even in lab when we do experiment we will use this. But when you go for an IC or when you make a circuit diagram, we all will work from a single supply line. So this will be your supply line. From the supply line, whatever voltage is required inside a particular circuit, I have to derive the voltage from the supply line. That is why we are using something called as biasing circuit. So what does a biasing circuit do? It will actually help to obtain suitable voltages to bias a particular device, so that that device will operate in a particular region of operation. Right. I hope that is clear. We will look this kind of biasing. No, we will not look at the biasing types, but we will see these kind of circuits again. Right. So this is nothing but your voltage divider biasing. Now the question is, determine the voltages at all the nodes. So let me mark the nodes first. So this node, anyway, this is connected to supply, so no need to consider that. This is my one node, which is the gate node. Another node is actually the drain, and the last one is source. These three are the nodes. So I need to find the voltages at drain, gate, and source nodes. That is first thing. Second thing is current through all the branches. So I will use another color for current. So I know that there will be one current flowing here, that is drain current ID, right? Now that ID means that current will be same current will be flowing through the 6K as well as this 6K. So only one current in this branch. From here to ground there will be one current flowing. Now similarly from here also there will be one current flowing through this 10 mega. Now so I am arriving at a node, then there are two branches. So can I mark the current divisions like this, one towards this and one towards this? Can I do that? Can I get response in the chat box? Whether the current directions what I have marked here is right. One current is coming here, say I will call it as I1, then I mark it as I2 and I3. Whether it is right?
No, sir.
It is not correct. Yeah. Why? The reason is
0.
And gate current also.
yes, very true. Correct.
Then it
Yeah.
comes at dB, sir.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Thank you. I saw the responses from people. Yeah. So we know that gate is isolated from the rest of the device, and there cannot be any current flow from the gate terminal to the device, because what I have in between is actually an oxide layer, which is a dielectric. So there is no current here, but there will be definitely one current which is flowing from the 10 mega ohms to the down. So this will be the same current, right? Now the question is, you are supposed to find both the currents and the three node voltages. Can you try it? I'll give you 2 minutes. Don't put the answers in the chat box. I'll just ask. Take time and try to solve it. I'll help you how to go ahead with this question. I just want you guys to try first. All right. Some may be thinking how to do. Some would have started solving. Right. So this one type I will teach you how to do, or you can try by yourself. But if you want to listen, you can listen. Otherwise, you can try parallelly. Right. So this is a standard way to solve these kind of numericals. So I need to find current, I need to find voltages. But what I know about MOSFET is only the current equation. But if I want to solve current equation, I should know voltage, right? That means we are actually in a locked condition. But in fact, it is not a locked condition. Now, again, to start with, I should know whether the MOSFET is in saturation region or linear region, or whether the MOSFET is on. But straight away, I can say MOSFET will be definitely on because I have used a voltage divider biasing, which will provide some voltage to the gate. So I'll go with the understanding that MOSFET is on. Now the question is whether the MOSFET is in linear or saturation region. That is a question. So before looking at that, let me find what is a voltage coming at this node at gate. So what I have here is a voltage divider biasing. If I have a voltage divider biasing, what is this? This here it is connected to a 10 volt. So I'll just draw that circuit separate. Right. So there is no current toward this side. What I have here is the same voltage Vg. So this is voltage Vg. So this is 10 volt, this is 10 mega, and this is 10 mega. So can I find the voltage Vg? Yes, I can do that. Gate voltage Vg can be written as this is a simple resistive voltage divider. The total voltage is 10 into resistance of this branch is 10 mega divided by total resistance is 20 mega. Right. That will give you Vg as 5. So for those who are wondering how I have written this equation, we can just write a KVL here. How will I write a KVL? This means it is connected in this form. This is 10, right? So when I write a KVL, it is 10. Now current is flowing in this direction, so it is giving plus minus. So 10 minus 10 mega into that current minus 10 mega into that current is equal to 0. Right. Now from this, I will actually get what is this current. What is this current? I'll get the current. Now
Or
that
zero point
current,
0.5 microamps.
yeah, so I'll get current as 0.5 microamps. Now that current multiplied by the resistance 10 mega ohm will give my Vg value. Both will be same. So in either ways you can find. So I would prefer you to do with the first method just by voltage divider. So I got Vg voltage as 5. Now coming to the question back. So in this circuit, the MOSFET can be in linear or saturation. But for us to start with less number of unknowns, I will assume the transistor is in saturation region. So I will assume here that transistor is in saturation region. I hope you understood the reason why I am assuming in saturation. If I am assuming in linear region, I will write a current equation, but it will be having two variables. One will be VDS and another one will be VGS. Right. So I'll be ending up with many unknown, not many, one more unknown variable. Right. So if I'm assuming transistor is in saturation, then I can write drain current as the half mu and Cox W by L into VGS minus VT the whole square. This will be the current equation. But now I do not know what is the current flowing through the MOSFET. So ID is unknown. But I obtain what is the value of VG. But again, VS is unknown. Right. So if I look at even if I look at this current equation, this ID is unknown and this VS is also unknown. That means I cannot solve this equation directly. So I can solve this equation only if I end up with I have one equation, and if I have one unknown, I can get the answer for that, right? That is what we know from mathematics. So what I will do is I will just rewrite what is this VGS. I will keep ID as it is, and I'll write what is VGS. What is VGS? VGS is VG minus VS. VGS is actually the potential between these two nodes, VG minus VS. This is VGS. But I obtained the value of Vg here. So Vg is 5 minus Vs. But what will be Vs? Vs this node. This is your Vs voltage. This is Vg and this is Vs. What is Vs? Vs will be current flowing through the 6K resistance multiplied by the 6K resistance value. So what is the current flowing through 6K resistance, which is nothing but ID. So I will write Vs as, or I can write Vs as 6 kilo ohm into ID. 6K into ID. Right. I hope this is clear for you guys. Can I get response in chat box? Is this clear? Okay. See, others who are not responding here, please don't think that I am just going away with the response of few people. Right. So if you have, I know that some of you will have definitely doubts on this. If you have, please ask when soon after I solve this question. Right. So I can write Vs as 6k into ID. Now I'll bring that back to the same equation. So I will write ID equal to, what is mu and C of W? Well, it is 1 milliamps divided by 2, which will be 0.5 milliamps. 0.5 milli into Vg is 5 minus, what is Vs? Vs is 6k into ID minus Vt. What is Vt? Vt is 1, the whole square. This is the form. Right. Now, just to just you can solve this and you can get ID. I don't think there will be an issue in getting ID from this. Right. You can get ID value from here because ID is only unknown here. But I'll do one more modification here. So what I will do is I'll assume that my drain current is in milliamps. I'll assume that drain current is in milliamps. So I will write ID in milliamps equal to 0.5 milli into 5 minus 6k into that ID is in milliamps. If ID is in milliamps, I can actually cancel this k, because k and kilo and milli will get cancelled. So I can write 5 minus 6 ID minus 1 the whole square. And then now I can cancel this milli and this milli, and I can write ID equal to 4 minus 6 ID, 4 minus 6 ID the whole square by 2, or it is equal to 2 ID. Right. I hope this is clear. That means you will get a equation, quadratic equation here if you solve this, and then you can get the values for ID. You will get two current values. Can you try this and tell me what is the value of ID? If I solve this further, 2 ID is equal to 16 minus 48 ID plus 36 ID square. Probably you can do divide by 2 right here. Yeah, we can do that, and you will end up with an answer for ID. Now, if some of you have doubts in what I have done till now, please ask. Others can get the answers for ID. Is it clear? Can I get your response in the chat box? Yeah, not for the answer. Nishant, I'll take your answer. Yes. Oh, it is clear. Okay. Others can also respond, or if you have doubts, please unmute yourself and ask. So this will give you two values for ID. I will just write the ID values here. You will get two values. What are the two values? Yeah, whatever answers are coming up, Madhusudan, Ishrat, Naman, yes, those answers are correct. ID is 0.89 is one answer and 0.5 is another answer. So you will get ID as 0.89 and 0.5, right? But it is in milliamps. Because here I stated that I am considering ID in milliamps. Now there are two currents. How to choose which current is the current flowing through the circuit? Can I get answers from someone? I'll just call out. Sai Kiran, can you tell me which ID can I choose for this and how?
I'm not sure, sir.
All right. Did you get these two values?
Yeah.
Okay. So with these two values,
I'm solving
yeah.
it.
Okay, fine. So I'll help you
I
how to
missed
choose.
these classes. I'm just coping up with this class.
I'm not getting.
I missed last two classes. I'm coping up with this.
Oh, all
Right.
right, all right. Okay, okay, yeah. Can I get Krishna Pratik?
So you can find out the potentials and then check if it satisfies the saturation current thing.
Very good, very good. Yes. So I have two current values, 0.89 and zero point 0.5. So what I can do is I can actually check for the VGS voltage, right? So what is my VGS voltage? VGS is 5 minus uh, 5 minus 6 ID, right? 5 minus 6 ID is my VGS. Isn't it correct? VS is 6 ID. Yes, 5 minus 6 ID is my VGS. Now, to check whether which ID can be taken, so I can substitute ID equals, I can just put the ID value. If ID is equal to 0.89, if ID is 0.89, you can get the value of VGS. So what value I'll get for this? And if your ID is 0.5, what value I'll get for VGS? Both values I can write down. And I will get to know that when your ID is 0.89, your VGS will be, what will be your VGS? Yeah, substitute back in previous equation. Yes, right. Yeah, so for a ID 0.89, VGS is minus 0.3 or some 3.4 or something, right? So that VGS is negative. That cannot be true because we assume that MOSFET is in saturation, right? Now for ID 0.5, it is a negative value. So VGS cannot be negative even for an NMOS device. Now what about 0.5? What is a VGS? You will get that your VGS is equal to 2 volt, which is greater than VT. So that means my initial assumption of transistor being on is right. And my second assumption of transistor being saturation, yeah, I can talk about saturation only after getting the value of VD. Right. So my VGS is 2. Right. So the question is to find the drain current and the currents and the voltages. I obtained this value. I got what is VG, this is done. I got ID, that is done. Now then I got VS, that is done. Now I can find what is VD. How will I get VD value? VD can be written as the supply voltage. Supply voltage is 10, 10 minus 6K into ID. So I have to state here that the ID value is 0.5 milliamp because that is the current which is giving ID equal to 0.5 is the current at which the MOSFET is on with a VGS of 2 volt. Now I can substitute this new ID 0.5 milliamps here and I can get VD value. So what is the VD value? Can I get answers for VD? Yeah, VD value is 7. So VD is done, VG is done, VS is done. So VD is 7, VG is 5 and VS is, what was VS value? I think we didn't write VS. 6K into ID, so it is 3. VS is 3 and ID is 0.5. Now how to find the current on the input side? I think we already obtained that current while solving this, right? The input current will be, the current on the input side is actually 0.5 microamps. Yeah. Is this clear? I hope this is clear. I can again open for discussion after solving one more numerical. So this will be, if you have doubts, you can ask. Okay, now this is another question where you have this is VDD of 10 volt. This is 1 kilo ohm. Now this gate is connected back to this drain and this is transistor M1. This gate is also connected back to this drain. This is transistor M2. This is 1 kilo ohm. Now this is marked as V1, this is marked as V2, and this is marked as V3. And current flowing through M1 is ID, current flowing through M2 is also ID because there is only one branch. And you can see that current cannot split, current cannot flow here, this cannot be, is not possible, and this is also not possible because current cannot flow into the gate of a MOSFET, being gate current being 0. So the question is find V1, V2, V3 and ID. And it is given that Vt value is 1 volt and your mu and Cox W by L, which is your Kn value, is 2 milliamps per volt square. So you guys can try this question. Meanwhile, I can take questions from others. If you have doubts from the previous question, you can ask.
Sir, will you show the previous question, sir?
Sure, sure. Yes.
So there in the answer, how did you write that 0.5 microamps, sir, I is equal to?
Oh, here one, this one.
No, sir, in the final answer, you wrote 0.5 microamps, no, sir, I is equal to.
No, that I is which I? I on the input side, I on this side, here, this current.
Yes, sir, how to calculate sir, that one?
Oh, right. You see here, you consider, that is what I have done here. You can see that this down loop, right? There are two resistors connected across a 10 volt supply. So I will write a loop equation. I'll write a KVL here. What is the KVL if I write here? Plus 10 minus 10 mega into current minus 10 mega into current is equal to 0. That is what I have written here. Are you getting?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Why I have taken in this way? Because there is no current flowing towards this side to the gate. All right.
Yeah, sir, got it.
Yeah, since there is only one current, I can actually consider that loop and find that current, and that current turns out to be 0.5 microamps.
Sir,
Yes, yes, Karthikeya.
uh,
Praveen,
we make
is it clear, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, Karthikeya, go ahead.
so we make an assumption that transistor is in saturation region, right?
Yes, yes.
So, where do we validate that the assumption is true?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We have to do that. So yeah, initial thing I validated here. I assume that the transistor is on, and since your VGS is 2, since it is more than VT, transistor is on. Yes, Karthika, that is a good question. You have to do that because we need to verify whether my VDS is greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. I forgot to tell this step. Right, or I can write VD should be greater than VG minus VT because both VD and VG are measured with respect to source terminal. Now, what is my VD? VD is 7. I am checking whether 7 is greater than 5 minus 1. Yes, 7 is greater than 4 and hence it is in saturation.
So, but then it's all based on the assumption only, right? Like this value of VGS that we obtained is from ID. ID is obtained like by assuming that it's in saturation, right?
Yes. Yes, I have assumed something and I have proved that my assumption is true. Will that not validate?
Okay, sir, got it.
Got it. Yeah, because
Yes.
I started with an assumption, and finally I am proving that my assumption is true. Now, if I check this and if I got the answer here, if I got here something like 3, your VDS is 3, and if 3 greater than 4, and this will fail. That means my initial assumption is wrong. MOSFET will go into linear region. In that case, I have to recalculate using the linear region current equation.
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for asking that, Karthikeya. Yes. So if you have any more doubts, you can still ask. Meanwhile, I'll just check with you guys how to evaluate this circuit. The procedure is almost same like what we have done. Maybe we need to solve one more additional equation. That's all. Again, you can approach this in different ways. Even this question you can approach in different ways. So let me start. Any answers? You have any answers to share with me? Can you tell me the value of V1? Or V2? Can you tell me the value for V2? All right. Okay. We'll start in a systematic way. Yeah, Kirtana V2 is 5. That is right. Okay, let me start like this. So you can solve this also in a different way. So I will solve by just listing out the steps just to have clarity on what I'm doing. So what I will do here is I have how many unknowns I have in this case. This is my first unknown V1. ID is the second unknown. V2 is third unknown. And V3 is the fourth unknown. There are 4 unknowns in this particular equation, a particular circuit. There are 4 unknown quantities. Now that means I should write minimum 4 equations actually to solve all these 4 unknowns, right? And we have a drain current equation with us. So what I'll do first is I will just write a current equation here. So I know that 10 is the supply and this is V1 node, and from V1 or there is a current actually flowing here across this 1K resistance. So what is that current? That current is ID itself. So I will write my first equation as 10 minus V1 divided by 1 kilo is equal to ID. But again here I'll take that ID is in milliamps. I hope you understood that that is easy actually. If I consider ID in milliamps, then I can actually solve in a better way by just cancelling with kilo. So I'll take ID in milliamps, and then I'll write this equation 10 minus V1 by 1K is ID. Or this can be written well as 10 minus V1 is equal to ID itself. This will form my first equation. This kilo and milli got cancelled, and 10 minus V1 is equal to ID is the first equation. Now I'll go for step 2. Step 2 is actually writing again the current at this node V2. Now when I do that, while doing that current, so if I want to write the current here, I can actually write that current in terms of this V1 and V2, because what is this drain current ID? Drain current ID is actually half mu n Cox. Maybe mu n Cox W by L is 2 milliamps. I'll directly substitute that here. This 2 milli mu n Cox W by L into VGS minus VT the whole square. What is VG? VG is the gate voltage of M1 transistor, that is V1 itself. So V1 minus, what is S? Vs. Vs is the source of M1, that is same as V2, the gate of M2. So V1 minus V2, which is VGS, minus VT. What is VT? VT is 1, the whole square. Right, are you getting what I'm writing here? So I'm writing the drain current equation of transistor M1. To write that, VGS of M1 is V1 minus V2. So I am writing that term, and minus 1. So generally students will forget to actually write this VT. When you write VGS minus VT, you will just write V1 minus V2, and sometimes you will miss this 1. So in order to make sure that you are not missing anything, there is no harm in writing drain current equation once. VGS minus VT the whole square, and I'll assume that my drain current is in milliamps. So ID in milliamps is equal to mu and C of W by L is 2 milli. 2 milli by 2 is actually 1 milli. So 1 milli into Vg is V1 minus Vs is V2 minus 1 the whole square. Right. So here also what I can do is I can cancel this milli and milli. So I will get, or I can write one more equation as V1 minus V2 minus 1. V1 minus V2 minus 1 is equal to ID. This will be my second equation. Are you guys with me? Can I get some response in chat box? What about others? Yes, keep posting so that I'll know that all of you are here. Right. So this is my second step. Now, as a third step, what I will do is I'll just continue. I hope now you got it right. Now I will write the equation. Now I'll write the current equation for M2. For M2, when I write, I can write equation as ID. So I will directly write ID in milliamps is equal to half mu and C of W by L is again half into 2 milli. VGS becomes V2 minus V3 minus 1 the whole square. This also will end up in equation V2 minus V3 minus 1 the whole square equal to ID. That will be your third equation. Now I'll come to the final step, which is step 4, where I will write the current through resistance. So what I'm doing is I'm writing the current through resistance and MOSFET using 4 different equations. Now step 4 can be written as V3, which is this node voltage, minus 0 divided by 1K is also ID, which is in milliamps. So that I'll get a new equation here, V3 equal to ID. This will be your fourth equation. Now we have 4 equations and we have 4 unknowns. You can you can find out the values for each by solving. So that I am leaving to you guys. You can try it and let me know the answers.
Sir,
Yes.
in any of these cases, I mean, these questions you gave, is it possible that the MOSFET could be in cutoff? Different value?
Yeah, the questions what we have done so far is in fact no. All are carrying some current, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, so that can be verified by see you can, what you can do is you can like go with the assumption is on, and if you are ending up with an answer which is contradicting, then you can check.
So, sir, if you get both the values of ID for which VGS is less than VT, so that means your assumption is wrong and it's in cutoff.
It is wrong. Yes, yes. If starting with an assumption and ending without proving it as your assumption is right, that means definitely the first case what you assumed is not correct. Then you have to
Yes,
go
sir.
for the second case. Yeah, that way you can do.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Karthik. Yes. Now you have 4 equations. You can solve in your own way. I will leave that to you guys, and I will solve in whatever way I want. So I'll just from my first equation I will keep V1 equal to 10 minus ID as it is, and from my fourth equation I will keep V3 equals to V3 equals ID as it is. Now I will take 2 and 3 and I'll solve 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 says that V1 minus V2 minus 1 the whole square equal to ID. Yeah, that means I can equate 2 and 3 can be equated because both are equated to current. So if I do that, I can write V1 minus V2 minus 1 is equal to V2 minus V3 minus 1. Since it is square, you can take only the positive values because it is n MOSFET and we are writing VGS minus VT, turning out to be a positive value. So while equating these two, I will end up with, so 1 will get cancelled. So I know that V2 is equal to V1 plus V3 by 2. Right. Now V2 is V1 plus V3 by 2. That means I can get the value of V2. What is V2? 10 minus ID plus ID by 2, which is equal to 5. Or that can be directly observed here. You can see that V2 is in fact the middle point of the circuit. So at one end it is 10 and the other end it is 0. You have equal resistance on top 1K and 1K, and you have two transistors carrying equal current. If the transistors are carrying equal current, the VGS also will remain same. Right. So this will be exactly half of the supply voltage, 10 by 2, 5. That can be observed in the beginning itself. So this is V2. Now with this V2 value, you can take any equation, any drain current equation, either equation 2 or 3. Let me try this in 2. So second equation says that my ID is equal to V1 minus V2 minus 1 the whole square. So I will substitute V1 as 10 minus ID and V2 as 5 there, minus 1 the whole square, which will give me two ID values. So can you just post the answers for ID there? And with the values, if you are getting ID, you have to use that in, or you have to take that in milliamps. At 10.52 and minus 1.52. Is it ID values, Kirtana? I think you have missed somewhere, I guess. It is not 10. Yeah, please check. 6.45 and 2.44. Yes. Yes, Harshada, that is 2.44 and 6.5. Yeah. Nishant, Mohan, Abhirami. Yes. Those and yeah, those are right values. So ID is 2.44 or 6.56. 6.56. Yeah. So ID can be any one of these values. Either it can be 2.44 or 6.56. But I would say you have to check. And how will you check that? Which will be the ID value? Yeah, you can. You know that the MOSFET's VGS is V1 minus V2 or V2 minus V3. Right. So let me have a check here. VGS of MOSFET 1 is V1 minus V2. That means 10 minus ID, that is V1 minus 5, which is equal to 5 minus ID. Now if you substitute ID as 6.56 here, you will actually end up with a negative value. That means that is not correct. Right. So which is correct? So this is an invalid answer, and ID equal 2.44 is the right answer. So with ID equal to, so now when I write ID, it should be in milliamps. 2.44 milliamps is the ID. You don't get confused why I did not substitute milli here, because I already cancelled that with the kilo, 10 minus ID. Right. So your ID value is 2.44. If ID is 2.44, you can evaluate V1, V2. V2 is already there. V3. V2 is 5 volt. V3 is 2.44 itself because it is ID, and V1 can be obtained as 10 minus ID, which is equal to 7.56. Right. Yes, I think many got answers for this.
Sir, can you just show the previous
Page?
slide? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Maunav. Yeah, you can write that through symmetry. Yes. Yeah, Karmagulan. Yes, go ahead.
You've equated 2 and 3, right?
Yes.
So when you take square root on both sides, you have to consider minus of 3 and plus of 3, right?
Minus of 3 and yeah, that is what I am telling. What is that VGS? What I am writing there is in fact VGS minus VT, right?
Hmm.
So that since it is an N MOSFET device, you can dismiss that negative term from there itself. Are you getting that?
No, I didn't understand that part. So.
No, Carmugilan, what is this V1 minus V2 minus 1? It is my VGS minus VT
VGS
term.
minus VTH, yeah.
Right. For an N MOSFET device, your VGS minus VT should be always positive.
Okay.
Right, because your VT is positive, so your VGS minus VT also should be positive.
Okay,
So there is no point in actually considering the negative term from that.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so that's all about this question. I'll open for discussion. Before that, let me just stop the recording. So here we will give a pause to the DC problems, DC numericals. You can solve as many numericals as you can. Questions are available. Shortly I'll be sharing one tutorial for this to solve. You can also get questions from Cedra Smith, the first reference book of yours. Great. So from next class, from Monday onwards, we'll be starting the next section of Unit 1, which will be on small signal modeling, or how to use circuits, or how to use MOSFET based circuit for amplification. That we will start from next week. So thank you so much for listening. I'll be stopping it right now. Thank you. Yeah.